VMEDIA, TV, apps, the web, a world of entertainment. VMEDIA, a new way of watching.
We're actually huge fans of VMedia here at Canada Computers. They offer a great alternative for TV and internet services as compared to some of the bigger guys. Dave and I are lucky enough to be heading out to their head office today to talk to a few of their key players to see what makes some of their services special. Hey guys, we're actually talking to two of the principal members of VMedia. We're talking to George Berger and Alexei Chernobrovets. So guys, Canadians have a lot of questions about VMedia, and the first one I have for you is, how does VMedia distinguish itself from the competition?
Actually, I think VMedia distinguishes in a lot of ways. I mean, first of all, as a technology company, VMedia has developed a proprietary set-top box called the V-Box, which is unique in that it enables the consumer to access conventional television content, which is over-the-air channels, cable channels, premium pay, as well as everything that's available on the internet. No one else provides that anywhere, to our knowledge. And so that makes it unique right out of the gate. The second is that VMedia is very, very focused on providing choice and flexibility for consumers and great value. And so to the extent that we're able to, we try to structure our business in such a way that consumers get to customize their television packages as much as possible in the current environment.
Okay, so trying to be competitive in a very constricted market, how are we distinguishing your offerings within the telecom for Canadians?
Considering that we're an independent company, we're not a major incumbent, I think the first thing that's important to say is what makes us similar. And what makes us similar is that we provide all the services that the major companies provide. We have internet, we have television, and in January we're going to be launching home phone, which means that we're going to be providing a viable triple play, and no other independent service in Canada is able to provide that to its customers right now. So in that respect, we're similar. You can just essentially turnkey your way out of an incumbent service triple play and into ours and not notice any transition. How are we different? Well, we're different, again, because we focus very much on competitive consumer pricing. We are, on our internet service, we're cheaper than virtually everybody in the market. In addition, we have no contracts, we have no limits on our internet service. On our TV service, we have worked very hard to try to provide as customized packages of television content as possible, as many channels as we can possibly get. We are very, very specifically targeted at two major demographics. One of them is the 18 to 36-year-old male, which is like a borderline cord cutter, but wants their sports and they want a couple of other things, and we're going to keep them in the broadcasting system. And the other is the multicultural community, which is primarily focused on their multicultural content, but they need to get conventional television content in order to be able to access the rest of it at a very, very competitive price.
Now I'm actually thinking about members of my extended family, people that have been with some of your competitors for years. They've trapped themselves into contracts and bundles, and they really get nervous when thinking about switching to another provider. What would you say to Canadians like these?
Well, I think that switching is really easy. We have a very robust automated sign-up process online where they can literally sign up to our services with a click of a mouse. It takes a few seconds. The actual switching time varies from a couple of days to up to a month, but really those constraints are not because of us. They usually, when they cancel their service with the big players, they have to give a cancellation notice to those guys, and really those delays are because of that.
Now, looking in another direction, looking at youth and young adults moving out for the first time, maybe considering cord cutting, why would VMedia be a smart first choice?
You know, that's exactly the sweet spot of our value proposition. We've had actually a great deal of demand from exactly that demo. Apart from anything else, they absolutely need television for sports. And that demo is very sports hungry. So they can't completely cut the cord. They can do whatever else they want for every other kind of content, but not sports. And so if you're in that place, then you have to look for an alternative. And we're it, because our basic package, our premium basic package is a terrific package for a sports lover, because it includes TSN, TSN2, Sportsnet, Sportsnet 1. It's got the NFL network in it. It's got everything that a sports lover really wants as a basic package, and then you can add on other stuff. And so you can access your sports that way, and it's the cheapest premium basic package in the market. We're talking about an extended, like a second level basic package. Highly recommended. Look, when I say it's only $39.95, I know that when you're a student coming out of school, that might be a bit of a bite, but it doesn't get better in the market. And what's really important is that you talk about people getting their content legally, illegally, whatever. I just want to remind you about Napster. What happened with Napster? Napster essentially went out of business not because they busted it. It went out of business because of iTunes. Because iTunes provided that market with a really affordable, smart, intuitive, innovative platform that brought them back in to the conventional commercial market. That's exactly what VMedia wants to offer to that market.
Okay, my next question is really simple. So I'm excited for VMedia services, but I have friends that live all across Canada, and people want to know, where are your services currently being offered, and do you guys have plans on expanding?
Well, we're currently available throughout Ontario, and we definitely have plans on expanding because we have tremendously scalable infrastructure, and we'll be able to reach Canada from coast to coast to coast. It's going to be a question of just satisfying the regulatory requirements, but we're going to be in the rest of Canada sooner rather than later.
Excellent. We're definitely looking forward to seeing that happen, and Canada Computers will be definitely on board offering your services and hardware across country as well. So I'm really excited. Everything sounds really great. Do you think we take a look at some of your hardware? Looking at the traditional TV menu and kind of navigating through it, you want to just take a look with us?
Yeah, sure. Right now you're in the traditional conventional TV menu. You have your channels. It's the layout is similar to any other EPG that you've been used to before. So you can navigate your channels with a remote control, as you would with any other service provider. Press OK to launch a channel. And while watching this channel, you can change it by using channel up and down or channel number if you know the
Yeah, so if you're moving
number.
from a traditional set-top box, it shouldn't feel any different. It's very similar.
No, and we actually had a few things which our customers asked us to add, such as last channel, and so this feature has been finally developed.
Great.
So you can, with one press of a button, go back to your previous channel there. So the other convenient feature is the on-screen guide. So you can bring up your guide while watching a channel, and it would be overlaid over your content. So this is, we think this is easier and more intuitive than having your video get minimized in the top left corner. You wanted to access your VOD. You have two quick ways to do that. You could press a shortcut button to access your VOD, select the movie, press watch, and you're watching your VOD content, which is wirelessly loading much quicker than the boxes of the big players.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you want to switch from your conventional TV to apps, you can bring up this overlay menu, and while you're in the VOD section, go to Netflix. If Netflix is installed, it would immediately launch.
Wow.
So there you are, switching from one content to the other, and here's your Netflix. For your convenience, we've developed a new generation remote control, which is, first of all, it's wireless, so you don't have to point at your box. Second of all, it's gyroscopic, so you can play games with it.
Oh, very cool.
So, such as Angry Birds or others. It's got a pointer, so you can change from a remote to a pointer.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So you can play other games, or if you prefer to use it that way. And third thing, it's got a keyboard on the back, so it's good to use with your email client, your social media apps, or apps that require you to use keyboard.
Yeah, the ability to use an actual full QWERTY keyboard is definitely vital when you're browsing the web or using any of these apps. But you did mention earlier, although this is wonderful, that users of VMedia could essentially use any wireless keyboard or mouse, correct?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Phenomenal.
The ultimate goal is to enhance this remote control by adding a microphone to it, because the box is currently capable of voice to text commands, and so the goal is to make this box interact with.
So what if someone were to
end user.
currently plug in a microphone, USB microphone into the box.
That would
itself.
work.
It would work?
Yeah.
Phenomenal. And that's because it's an Android-based system.
That's right. Yeah. Any device that has a USB, audio device, like a Logitech camera, would have microphone and the video embedded into the USB would work.
Now that you've said camera, I'm thinking that the users could essentially use Skype on this if they wanted
Skype
to.
is actually there. So if we go to the apps section, and you first of all have Google Play Store.
Of course, yeah, hundreds of thousands of apps there.
Right, you can find whatever you want there, and it's got camera. Yeah, and I think Skype is there as well. So there's Skype. So you can, if it's not already installed, you can quickly select it and install that. I mean, it's 100 megs or so, but still the installation time with 100 meg file is only taking a few seconds. We try to kind of make it convenient for both younger generations and people that have been used to traditional interfaces, so that we get both.
Phenomenal. So I think it's the combination of this intuitive user interface for the traditional content and the ability to jump into more contemporary content, Netflix, the apps that we're using today, that makes the VMedia V-Box make a lot of sense. So highly recommended, guys. Definitely go take a look. And thanks a lot to George and Lexi for showing us some of their stuff. So head into your local Canada Computers or shop online for any of the VMedia devices that we're carrying.